Hello, hello, you guys. Welcome, friends. Welcome to developing a crazy simple live video strategy. I'm going to warn you, there's about a 400% chance that there will be a kitten appearing at some point in this video. I've been battling one who's been hanging out on my back and on my neck for the last 5 minutes. So thank you for being here today. I'm so excited. We have so much to talk about. So we are going to dig right in. But if you are here, say something in the comments so I know that you are joining me. So let's dig right in. Let's get started. I'm going to make the PowerPoint big and me little. I'm still here. You can see me. And you'll see Curly when he appears because he will be here. So let's talk about what we are covering today. We are developing a crazy simple live video strategy. Hey, if we've not met, hello, I am business coach Wendy Lawson. I am a former CMO, Chief Marketing Officer for an entertainment company. I'm a current lover of gifts, cold brew coffee, and random acts of kindness. In fact, I'm drinking my cold brew coffee right now. Hey, Heather, I'm so glad you're here. I am guardian of the three stooges. That would be my chocolate lab Mo and my two obnoxious kittens, Larry and Curly. And I'm all about goals, productivity, and really helping you find your mission. And I am an avid lover of live streaming. In fact, you guys, I just discovered I did 97 live streams in the last 366 days. Hey, Andrea. Hey, Becky. You guys, thanks for joining today. So that is a little bit about me. Let's dig in, shall we? Here's what we're going to cover today, you guys. We have so much to cover, and I'm probably going to talk a little bit fast because we do have a lot to cover. So we're going to talk today about why live streaming, out of all the things that you can do to promote your micro business, why live streaming? We're going to talk about how to create and define a strategy. We're going to talk about the three components of a live stream. We're going to look at the anatomy of a killer live stream. I'm going to explain to you some of the mistakes that new live streamers make. And better than that, I'm going to teach you how to not do that, okay? Not to make those mistakes. And then I'm going to answer the question of, I went live, now what? Well, now what? You have one piece of content that you can use in 180 million places. So let's talk about it. I'm not going to give you guys, don't let your eyes glaze over here, okay? But I really wanted to talk about why video is such an important piece of your marketing. Hey, there we go. Why it's such an important piece of your marketing strategy and your marketing plan. You know, just quickly, I'm going to go through these, some statistics on how much consumers love video. And you're a consumer too, right? You're a micro business owner, but you're also a consumer. And I know that you're probably going to be like, I've done that. I've done that. 54% of consumers say that they want to see more videos. They want more video this year than they saw last year. 66% of consumers prefer watching a video to reading about a product. Right? Have you ever gone online to like look for a product and then you can either read a blog post about it or watch a video? So what do? You watch the video, right? 74% of people, this one's powerful, 74% of people who get an opportunity to see a product in action will buy it. So if they see it, if they see how it works, if they see what's going on, they're more likely to buy it, right? Hey, Rebecca. Hey, Nicole. 84% of people, you guys, say that they've been convinced to buy a product by watching a video. So 84% of people said, yeah, I saw a video and then I bought the products because I saw that video. 90% of consumers say that a video will help them make that decision. You guys, Facebook reports they get more than 8 billion video views a day. A day. Not a week, not a month, not a year, a day, okay? And Cisco reports that by next year, 2021, 80% of all traffic on the internet will be video. And I think it said 12% will be live streaming. Guys, think about that. That's huge. So video, we make a strong case right now for why you want to be doing video. This is Curly. He's interested in learning about video too. Okay, so now you're on board. You're like, yes, I need video in my life. So let's talk about live streaming. So why are we talking about live streaming instead of edited videos? Okay, here's why. There are literally no barriers to entry. If you wanted to create like fancy schmancy videos, highly edited with like actors and big props and stuff, that costs money, right? That costs time. But live streaming, there's literally no barrier to entry. What you need for a live stream is you need a camera, a camera, a kitten. No, you need a camera, you need a device that has internet, and you need a camera, and that's it. That's all you need. So there are literally no barriers to entry in the United States in 2020, okay? They're super easy to produce. When you go live, you guys, I'm live right now, okay? I'm live right now. Y'all know I'm gonna stumble over my words. Y'all know a cat's gonna jump up on me. If this were a recorded video and it were supposed to be super polished, I'd have to edit out all the times my cat jumps on me because it's gonna happen some more. But if it's live, you don't expect that perfection because you know it's real life. So it's so much easier to produce. It's super inexpensive, right? You don't need any software. You don't need all the bells and whistles tools. You just need a phone. And I'm guessing you probably already have one, and an internet connection, which I know you have one because you're here with me right now, okay? The other benefit is you get real-time engagement. You can talk to me right now. You can ask me questions right now, and I can answer you. You don't get that in an edited recorded video, in a recorded non-live stream video, right? You can ask questions. You can go back and answer comments, but that's more of a back and forth. It's not a dialogue. If I were just doing this video sitting in my office, talking to my computer with a cat climbing over me, I would be engaged in a monologue. We're here having a dialogue. You love the cat appearances, Nicole. He's crazy. This one is legit crazy. He has to be around me all the time. And so here's the last thing that I really want you to get excited about with live streaming is it's going to save you so much dang time. Because not only does it take significantly less time than producing an edited video, but when you think about the content that you're producing, okay? If you're a blogger, if you were to write a 500-word blog post, Rebecca, you're here, you know what I'm talking about. If you were to write a 500-word blog post, that would take you on average, okay, industry-wide, on average, about 2 to 3 hours to produce a 500-word blog post. 500 words, that's not a lot. That's not a long blog post. It's going to take 2 to 3 hours. It's going to be consumed by someone in, less than 5 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. So it takes you 2 to 3 hours, and it takes someone 2 minutes to consume it. If you were to create an edited video, a fancy schmancy edited video, it would probably take you between 3 and 4 hours for, a 5 to 10 minute video. Y'all, it's like making dinner, right? It takes you 3 hours to make dinner, and then the kids eat it in like 4 minutes. You're like, what just happened? When you create a live video, it takes you 5 minutes to create a 5-minute video. Someone can consume it in 5 minutes. Now, not only that, we're going to talk today about how you take that one piece of content and repurpose it, and that's going to save you so much more time. So just think about that right now, the time saving that you could have. Now, if you are a blogger professionally, if that's what you do for a living, Rebecca, I'm not saying stop writing and only make videos, but understand for everyone else, if the blog is just one piece of your marketing components, look at the time savings that you can have by live streaming versus writing blogs, okay? All right, now, hold on. Okay. That's awesome, Wendy. That's awesome. Hey, great statistics. Hey, thanks for telling me all that. But what's in it for me? What's in it for me? Right? It's great to take time. It's great to save all that time. It's great that, everybody and their grandma is watching videos online, 8 billion videos a day on Facebook. But, what's in it for me? Okay. So let's talk about what's in it for you. It's only beneficial for you if you have a strategy. Okay. You have to have a strategy. Now, here's what I mean. If we go back to the origin, y'all know I'm a geek sometimes. If we go back to the origin, the Greek origin of the word strategy, what it literally means is leading an army into battle. So when we think about developing a strategy is all about creating a plan that's going to, now there's a cat sliding down my back, creating a plan that's going to help you win the battle. So what is that? Now he's laying behind me. Well, the good thing is I'm guaranteed to have good posture because there's a cat that is apparently my lumbar support now. Okay. Hold on. Sorry about that. Got a little crazy with the scrolling. So when you're thinking about, I've sold you on the idea, I hope, of live streaming, but you can't just live stream just to live stream. You can't just be like, hey, I'm going to go out there because Wendy said that it would be awesome for my business and I'm just going to do the thing. You have to have a plan and you really have to think through what is the strategy, okay? So what problem does video solve for your business, right? What is the outcome that you're hoping for of incorporating video into your business? So you really have to think about, what do I want to accomplish, right? I'm willing to do this scary thing. I'm willing to put myself out there. I'm willing to go do some live streaming, but what do I actually want to accomplish? How am I going to determine whether or not it was successful? I'm going to tell you right now, determining whether or not it was successful is not how many people viewed your live video, because most of the views that you get will not be live. So you've really got to understand, what is it that you want to achieve? What is the goal that you're working toward? Now I want to talk about 3 really good uses for live streaming that you can incorporate into your overall marketing strategy. All right. Y'all, we got some buckets. We got some buckets of goodness up in here. Okay. So I want you to think about these 3 different ways that you can incorporate live streaming. So the first bucket of content is really helping you create connection with your audience. It's helping you create connection with your viewers, with your customers, with your prospects, with all the people who see you online and are like, I like that girl. I might want to hang out with her. Okay. So connection. Connection is where you're really focused on engagement and building up that know, like, trust. Now, second bucket is education, right? Connection, education, and promotion. Education is all the content that's helping to build you up as an authority, right? Y'all should listen to me because I know what I'm talking about, and be of service to your people. So you're not just getting up there and talking about how awesome you are, which you are, but it's also, why does that matter to them? Okay. How can I be of service to you? What can I bring to the table? This is a relationship. What can I give you? And then the third one is promotion, because y'all, I don't know if you know this, but you are in business to make money. And the only way you make money is through sales. And that comes through promotion. So let's talk about which each of those looks like. Let me scroll. All right. So let's talk about connection first and foremost. Connection is kind of the easiest one to do because it feels the most natural. It feels like you're just talking to your friends, okay? So connection is going to include things like personal stories. I went live today and shared, I went live today 30 minutes late because I forgot. That's connection right there. Who hasn't done that? But it's really sharing those personal stories. Today's my anniversary. Shared that. Behind the scenes, if you're showing people around your office, if you're giving them a glimpse at, the craziness that is your life, if you're doing a day in the life, like, this is what my day looks like. This is what I do. This is what life is for me and what business is for me. Going in and talking about your evolution, how you got to where you are today. Guys, origin stories are so powerful. One of my most popular videos from the last year was where I shared my origin story, and I went live and told people, like, how I got here. People love that. They want to get to know you. They want to know the real you, and that comes through in your origin story. Anything that's showcasing your mission, vision, and values, because who you are as a person and why you exist in business is important. It's a way to connect to your people. If I came on and went live and talked about something that was super passionate to me, and you had the same passion, you had the same value, you were supporting the same nonprofit, that know, like, trust would go up and we'd be connected. Okay. And anything that entices conversation. Remember, this is about dialogue, not a monologue. I'll tell you guys, when Griff's mom calls, I call it a monologue, because when she calls, she just blurts out all the information. So it's a monologue. Okay. So those are your connection. That's your connection buckets. Next up is your education bucket. So this is all the content, and I know you guys already do this. This is all the content that is educating your people, right? This is the, I want to help you. Let me help you. Let me be of service to you. So these are, any sort of how-tos, right? And these can be business tips or otherwise. It doesn't necessarily just have to be about your business. If you make awesome lemonade, I would tune in for that video, because I love me some lemonade in the summertime, right? So, oh yeah, hey, that's awesome. Hey, Linz. Hey, Michelle. Yay. Oh, Michelle, I'm so sorry. It was hard to find me. I did a post in our success map trying to remind everybody, so sorry about that. Okay, tips and tricks specific to your product, specific to the things that you sell. Show people how to use it. Show them the tricks and the tips that that other people don't know. Industry updates. This can be really, really helpful. Let me explain what I mean by this. So if you are in the fashion space, if you are in the beauty space, when Pantene Color of the Year comes out, right, an industry update would be explaining what that color is. Tip and trick would be, how do you incorporate that into your wardrobe? How do you incorporate that into your makeup, right? How do you incorporate that into your decor? So really thinking about not just what you sell, but sort of what's complementary and what you sell is within the scope of. Okay. FAQs, you guys, if you showed me how to shop on your website, if you went live and showed me what it looks like to shop on your website, that is super helpful to me. If you went live and showed me Phyllis just did this yesterday. Well, this isn't an FAQ, but Phyllis did this yesterday where she went live in her group and held up the new Mary Kay lookbook and said, here's the new product. Here's what's going away. Here's what's coming in. Very short, very brief. I couldn't really shop from that because it's not live yet, but it piqued my interest. It got me excited, right? But if you have questions that you answer all the time, things that are complicated, things that you want your community to know about how you do business, by all means, go live and tell them. And then anything that you would blog about in an educational standpoint, you can talk about it too. Okay. You can live stream about it. So that is your education. Promotion is, so we've had, I'm just like you. I want to help you. Now we pivot to, you need this. You need this. This is the good stuff that you need. Okay. And this is promotion. So examples of this would be unboxing, right? Or going live with the new product when it comes in, doing product spotlights. You should be doing product spotlights for every single product in your collection, right? Showcase how to use it. Showcase what it looks like, what it feels like, what it smells like, what it tastes like. If it's food, if it's clothes, don't talk about what it tastes like, because that's just weird. Tell me how to use it and tell me, what the best, how to care for it, right? And then customer interviews. FAQs actually was on the last one, and I apparently copied and pasted and forgot to take it off. But customer interviews. If you have a customer who loves a product and she can come on and talk about her experience with it, that's a fantastic way to get some sort of user-generated content. I mean, you're with her, but it's not just you telling people here's a product that I sell and it's awesome. It's your customer saying, here's how I use it and why I love it. Okay. So those are your 3 different buckets. Now, as we're thinking through the strategy, right, we're thinking, what do I want to accomplish? You're not only going to use one of these, you're probably going to use bits and pieces from each bucket. But I want you to start thinking about, how can I use the different buckets of content? How can I use the different buckets of content to meet the goals that I have, that I would like video live streaming to help me with? All right. So those are your 3 different types of content. Now, let's dig into the 3 components of live streaming, okay? Every single live stream has 3 components. It has talent, using tools to touch an audience, okay? Talent, using tools to touch an audience. Now, I'm going to go through each of these, but I'm going to go through them backwards because I want to stop with talent because y'all know I'm going to get up in your grill. We're going to end on that one, okay? So let's talk about, first off, we're going to work our way backwards. We're going to start at the end. We're going to start at the end and work our way back. So, audience. Guys, this is super duper important, okay? You only go live to connect with an audience, right? So, you want to make sure that you are going live somewhere that your audience is likely to be, okay? Now, you can go live on Periscope. I think people still do that. You can go live on Twitch. You can go live there. But if your audience isn't there, and if you're not telling them that you're there, then you're not really having a dialogue. You're having a monologue, and you're hoping that someone finds you, okay? So you want to make sure that you know, where are they? You want to go where they are. You also want to know when they are around, or when you want to train them to be around. Now, one of the great things about live streaming is that you get to connect with people on your timeline, okay? I go live at either 11:30 a.m. or 12 noon Eastern time because that's when it's convenient for me. I don't go live in the evenings because I don't want to work in the evenings, okay? Also, I want to connect with my customers, and I want my customers to connect with me during business hours. That's why I go live during the day. I understand that obviously some of the customers, some of my clients have day jobs and they're not around during the day, and I'll catch up with them the next day. But I want to train people of, this is when you can connect with me. This is when I'm here. So when you think about your audience, you want to know, where are they? When are they around? Or when do you want to train them to be around? Got to know, how do they like to consume media? And what I mean by this is, you guys, you know this. Y'all know this. Think about how you consume media yourself. It's unlikely that every single time a video starts playing as you're scrolling the feed, that you actually pause it and listen. Oh, what are they saying? Unless it's your bestie, then maybe you do. Yeah. Facebook says 8 billion videos a day. Like, we have a lot of things to look at, right? So you want to make sure that if you're live streaming on Facebook, that when you're done, you're adding captions, because not everyone likes to listen. A lot of video is actually consumed on Facebook on mobile devices with the volume, with the audio turned off, and they're reading the closed captioning. They're reading the captions. You can do that for free on Facebook. We'll talk about that. So you want to know how they like consuming the media. And here's the thing I want you to think about every time before you go live. What is in it for them? What's in it for your viewer? Because they're giving up their time, right? We all know we only have 24 hours in a day. If I'm going to give you, that's precious time. If I'm going to invest 5 minutes of my time, if you're going to invest an hour in your time with me, what am I giving you in return, right? You need to make sure that it's very clear in your mind that you're giving them something that's worth the time that they're giving you, because you want to get something in return when you invest your time. So got to think about your audience. What is in it for them? Okay, so it's talent, using tools to touch an audience. So that's your audience. Let's talk about tools. Okay, here's the tools that you need to do live streaming. Number 1, you need an internet connection. That's a no-brainer, right? But here's something I want you to think about. Not all internet connections will work. You really want to make sure that you have an upload speed of 3 megabytes per second, okay? 3 big M BPS per second, okay? That's ideal. So if you have, and it's upload, guys, if you look at your bandwidth, if you go online, you can go to speedtest.net. It's free, and it'll tell you exactly how fast your internet is. When you do this, you want to look at your upload speed, not your download speed. Most people who, if you're not doing live streaming, all that matters is your download speed. But when you're live streaming, you're actually uploading your content to the video, to the internet. So you care about that uploading, your upload speed, okay? So you want it at least 3 megabytes per second, 3 Mbps. Use speedtest.net to check your speed. Now, if you're doing it from your computer, being hardwired into your internet is best, okay? If you can't be hardwired, go on Wi-Fi. If you can't go Wi-Fi and you're using a device, you can use cellular, but the connection is going to be not amazing, okay? So you have to have an internet connection. If you already have internet, that costs you literally nothing. Number 2, you have to have a destination. Now you have to go somewhere, right? Your video has to go somewhere. So where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? I'm going to tell you, we're talking primarily today about Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. All 3 of those platforms enable live streaming. Again, it's important that you are going where your people are, where your ICA is, where someone's going to find you and connect with you, okay? So a couple things I want you to think about. With YouTube, if you want to go live on YouTube, you cannot go live from mobile until you have 1,000 followers on your channel, okay? You need 1,000 followers on your channel before you can go live on a mobile device on YouTube. However, you can go live on YouTube from your desktop, laptop, computer, not a mobile device, as long as you have a channel and you've been applied and been approved. Now, I will tell you, the application is all of you click a button and then like a day later, it says, okay, you can go live now. So it's not, don't think it's like a whole thing, but you will need a separate tool. You'll need some sort of interface to go live on YouTube. You need an encoder. Which you don't need in Facebook or Instagram, which I'm gonna give you an option for a free one, okay? But so that is an option. So Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube are kind of the 3 that we're talking about. And I'm gonna make some assumptions that most of you will be looking at doing this on Facebook. So you need a destination, you need somewhere to take your live stream, where to publish it, where to stream to. Okay, you need a camera, obviously, because you wouldn't be on video if you didn't have some sort of video camera. I'm here to tell you that if you have a relatively new-ish phone, you probably have an amazing camera on your phone. My camera on my iPhone is better than the camera on my MacBook Pro. It just is. However, I still use an external webcam because that's even better than the other 2. So if you have a phone, I'm going to tell you that you probably already have a really great camera. If your phone's a little bit old, if you don't have a webcam on your computer, or if it's not great, because I don't know why mine's not great, there are some really good options, and I will post the links for all the tools in the video, in Her Success Map, or in the actual product. Okay, so after this is over, I'll include the slide deck that you can download, and then there will also be all the links to all the tools that I've mentioned. But you can get an inexpensive webcam online. Okay, so you do need a camera. One thing I want to tell you about the camera, though, guys. Remember, you can have a bomb.com camera, okay? You could have the iPhone 482 or whatever number they're on now. You can have an amazing camera, but if your internet connection is not great, your stream's not gonna be great. So the camera can only, it can take a really great video. Maybe when you download it, it'll look amazing, but excuse me. But if you have low bandwidth on your internet, the stream's not gonna look great, okay? So just keep that in mind. All right, and then lighting. Obviously, you don't want to be in the dark. You don't want to be so blown out that people are like, is that a ghost in the background? What's going on there? Natural lighting is best. If nothing else, you can get a little ring light for your phone. You can get, pop-up lights. There's all kinds of light settings, but just be mindful and be aware of what your lighting is. You need a microphone, otherwise people aren't going to hear you. They're not going to hear what you're saying if you're not mic'd up. Now, one thing I will say that probably almost every single person, if you're doing live streaming and you want it to sound good, you probably want to invest in a better microphone than what is even on your phone or on your computer. Now, I have a stand microphone. It's like a Yeti knockoff, it was like a fifth of the price. It was not very expensive, that I love. But not everyone needs a big old mamma jamma like that. But the one thing, if you're broadcasting from your phone and you're in selfie mode, the microphone is far away. So you're going to sound weird. So at a minimum, put your earbuds in so you've got the microphone right here, or consider getting a fancy lapel mic. Again, you can get those for not a lot of money, and it'll make a really big difference. And you guys, don't downplay the importance of audio, because I will tell you, and if you think about your own experience, I can almost guarantee that there has been a live stream where the video wasn't great, but the audio was good and you stuck around. And I can guarantee that there's probably been a video where the video was top notch, but the audio was garbage. And what'd you do? You left. Because we can't tune out when we're hearing and it's garbled and it's bad. Our brains cannot handle that. We got to go. Okay. So even though it's a video, don't think it's only about the image in the video. Your audio is so, so important. Okay. Now, optional, but hashtag worth it. Want to talk about a streaming tool. Y'all, this cat is straight up in a ball behind my back. You can go live on Facebook and on Instagram without a tool. You don't need a tool, okay? To go live on YouTube, you do need a tool. Now, there are a couple different tools that you can use. The tool that I use specifically is StreamYard. I used to use BeLive. BeLive, I had a lot of issues with it. It's also more expensive. But what those are is those are basically web-based streaming tools that help you produce your live stream. Okay. Actually, right now I'm live streaming through StreamYard. So some of the benefits of getting a streaming tool are that you can pre-schedule. You can't do that without a streaming tool. With a tool, you can schedule your lives so that people know that you're going live. It also gives you the ability to add banners and, jazz it up a little bit. And actually all the streaming tools have an opportunity where you can download the video from the tool as opposed to the destination. So Curly is excited about that. So a couple tools for consideration. Again, optional, not mandatory, unless YouTube Live is something you're considering. These are all optional. So StreamYard is an option. It is $25 a month or $240 a year. BeLive is an option. It's $30 a month or $299 a year. Ecamm Live is the least expensive. But it's only available for Macs. You have to have a Mac product to use it. It is $15 a month or $144 a year. And then there's a free option called OBS Studio. OBS is open source. I will tell you, it's free. I've downloaded it. You guys, I'm pretty tech smart. Like I'm not super geeky computer person, but I'm no dummy. I can usually figure stuff out pretty quick. It's confusing, but it's free. So if you want to get a tool that enables you to do all these fancy things, but you don't want to pay the money for it, but you're willing to invest your time, then OBS Studio is an option for you, okay? So you have talent using tools to touch an audience. So now I'm going to get all up in your biscuit and we're going to talk about talents, okay? This right here is the reason people are afraid and people don't go live, is because it's intimidating to put yourself out there. Now, I want you to understand that being a performer is a skill set. Okay? I need you to understand that. I say I need you to understand that. I legit need you to understand that. I did not come out of the womb like this. Okay? Believe it or not, as a child, I was really shy. I have lots of memories of hiding behind my dad's leg when I was little. Okay? I was a shy person. This is OBS is hard to use. Nicole, is that what you're saying? Yeah, it's pretty tough. This is a skill that you can learn. Anyone can learn it. Okay? You can learn how to be a performer. You don't know how to do it already, that's okay. But the one thing that I want you to understand is that you have absolutely nothing to prove when you go live. The problem is, y'all, right here with me right now, okay? The problem is when we go live, we think we have to prove to people that we deserve to belong, that we deserve the right to belong here. We're trying to prove that we're worthy of speaking. No, you don't have anything to prove to anyone. You are not trying to prove to anyone that you belong here. What you're doing when you go live is you're showing up and trying to see if you're a good fit for the one person who needs you. I don't care about the people who think I'm crazy. I don't care about the people who are like, she's too much. I'm here to connect with the people who think she is a good fit for me. When we can shift our thinking from trying to prove to everyone that we actually belong here, that we're actually good enough, right? That we actually know what we're talking about. And instead we show up and say, you know what? I'm here to see if I'm a good fit for you. It changes everything, okay? Speak to the one person that needs you. Just speak to her. You don't have to speak to everybody else. Speak to that one person. Really want you to embrace your awesomeness. That means your quirks. That means the things that make you weird. Y'all, that's what makes life interesting. That's what makes life fun, right? So don't feel like you have to stamp it out. Like, be your weird, amazing self. Don't try to prove something to anybody else. Yes, be a performer. Sit up straight. Take it up just one little notch, right? Just have a cup of coffee before you go live, just to get people in, because you don't want to have energy like this. Hey, y'all. Right? You want to draw people in, but still be yourself. Okay? So that is your talent minute. That is your me on my soapbox for a hot second. Now, let's talk about how to deal with squirrels and trolls. Okay? Squirrels and trolls. When I say squirrels, what I'm talking about is you actually squirreling, right? That's a big problem that a lot of people have. When they go live, they get completely sidetracked. They forget what they're talking about because they're over here looking in the comments, and then they forget where they were. And guys, you don't have to look at the comments in real time, okay? You don't have to. Now, it does take focus to say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to look at the comments. Now, I will say I look at the comments in real time because I do this a lot. 97 times last year I went live. But if you're just starting out, it's perfectly okay to even back in my very early live streams, I would tell people, I'm going to ignore your comments right now so I don't get sidetracked, but I'll come back to them, okay? You don't have to read the comments in real time. The other thing is having a script, and I'm going to talk about a script in a minute. Well, I'll just tell you now. It's a sticky note. It's a sticky note. Because you're only, well, I don't want to get ahead of myself, okay? So you want to have a script. You want to know what you're talking about. And it's okay to not look at comments. Like, you're authorized, you're permitted to not look at comments if you're concerned that you're going to get off track. Now, let's talk about trolls, okay? That's another big concern people have is, I'm afraid if I go live, I'm going to have trolls. I'm here to tell you, I've had trolls, okay? Andrea, I don't know if you're still here, but I know you were on the live where I had a bunch of people show up and they were like asking me about the couch auction. That's a real thing. There are people who have literally nothing better to do than to go out and troll women who are talking and doing their business on Facebook, and they try to get them flustered. So you know what I did? I just moved the comments off screen so I couldn't even see them. You guys, here's why it's a good thing when trolls show up. When they do that, as long as they're not The trolls that I had, they weren't disrespectful. They weren't putting a lot of profanity in. They were just being obnoxious. Okay. You guys know how Facebook algorithm works, right? The more people that are seeing my video and the more people that are interacting on my video, Facebook says, wow, this is a hot video. Let's show it to some more people. So every time a troll shows up, that's a really good thing. Just don't engage with them. Just hide their comments. Hide all the comments. Don't even look over at them, because that's going to help your video get seen by more people. So celebrate the trolls, y'all. Celebrate the trolls. Okay, let's keep going. Whew. Okay, so we talked about the 3 components of live streaming. Talent, using tools to touch an audience. Andrea, right? That day I was like, I don't even know what's happening. I don't even know what's happening. Okay, so if you have these 3 elements, talent, using tools to touch an audience, you have a live stream. But you know what you don't have? You don't have a strategy, okay? You have a live stream, but you don't have a strategy, because a strategy ends with your viewer saying, and what do I do now? What do you want me to do, right? Curly, what I want you to do is get down, okay? Strategy brings them in to have them do something. So you don't want to go live just to go live. You want to go live and then have a call to action at the end that's telling them what you want them to do next. Now, call to action doesn't have to be salesy. It doesn't have to be go buy this thing. It could be, hey, check me out tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. My topic's going to be X, Y, and Z. It could be, hey, share this with your friends. Hey, I'm all, hey. It could be any sort of hey, right? Hey. So you just want to give them something to do. Okay, it doesn't end. If you don't have a call to action, if you don't have a plan for what they do next, what the next step is, you don't have a strategy. So let's talk about the anatomy of a killer live stream. Oh, y'all. The anatomy of a killer live stream. Now, I'm gonna break this down for you, but first and foremost, not on here, is it's so important that you start on time. Okay. Unlike me today, who went live 30 minutes late because I forgot. I can't, it's inexcusable. But if you tell people that you're going to be live at noon, be live at noon. If you tell people you're going to be live at 6 p.m., be live at 6 p.m. If you're scheduling it, that's even better, because then you're going to have to start. But start on time, start at the time you said you're going to start. Okay. Because hopefully you're pre-promoting your live videos. So you want to make sure that you start on time. So you want to do your welcome and your thanks in the beginning. So welcome is welcoming everyone to the live stream, and thanking your replay viewers. Thanking the replay viewers, because they're not there now, but they're going to be there later. Most of your views are going to be from replay. It's easy to forget about them because they're not there at that moment, but you want to thank them for tuning in, okay? Then you want to do your introduction. So, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Okay. Also, if there was a problem, I'll solve it. Listen, when you're doing your live streams, you want to focus on solving problems for people. Okay. If you're doing education or promotion, you want to be solving problems for people. So you want to start with, what is the problem? And then, I'll solve it. So you introduce your topic. You welcome people. You introduce yourself. You introduce the topic. You can ask an easy question for them to answer if you want, but then you want to solve their problem. They're there for a reason. You want to solve their problem. So you can start by asking a question, and a really good format would be asking a question, introducing yourself, right? Have you ever done this? I'm Business Coach Wendy Lawson. And then going into your answer, because now you've really made it irresistible for someone to stay with you. They know, they're like, oh yes, I do have that problem. Oh yes, this question will help me. I want to hear the answer, okay? So it's all about solving a problem. If there was a problem, I'll solve it. Here's the problem. Let me tell you the solution. Then you are going to interact with your people, okay? And then you are going to do what I call the long farewell, Okay, the long farewell. You're not just gonna go, all right, bye. You're gonna wrap it up. You're gonna love them madly, right? Y'all know if you've seen any of my live streams, you know I always love you madly. You're gonna wrap it up. You're gonna give a little recap. If you have another topic that you know you're going to broadcast, you're gonna tell them that. Hey, I'll be back tomorrow with X, Y, and Z. You're gonna give them their call to action. Okay, do this. Share this with a friend. Hey, make sure you turn on notifications. Hey, follow me over here. Hey, sign up at this here. Okay, you've got your call to action. And then you're going to wait just a couple seconds because there is typically a lag of about 5 seconds when you're live streaming. So you want to, as you say, all right, you guys, love you madly. Have a great day. Pause, 3, 4, 5, and then stop your live stream, because otherwise what will happen is people that are watching with the 5-second delay, it'll jump right to the end and they'll miss your ending. So just hold for a beat or 5, right? Just hold at the end just for a few minutes to give people a chance to catch up with you. So it'll be kind of weird, but just sit there, look pretty, okay? Or weird, whatever your thing is. All right, now let's keep going. Okay, the best news ever. You guys, we think that these videos, we think that our live streams need to be like 20, 30, 40 minutes. Dude, 3 to 5 minutes is perfection, especially when you're starting out. I will tell you, at this point, I could not do a video in under 5 minutes. I strive to keep them under 10. But when you're starting out, when you think about this format of, hello, hey everyone, thanks for being here. Thanks, Replay Warriors. I am I'm business coach Wendy Lawson. Do you ever had this problem? Here's how I solve it. Interact, peace out, bean sprout. That's 5 minutes or less, right? There's no reason that you can't get this done in under 5 minutes. So don't think that your live streams have to be 15, 20, 30, 40, 180 hours, okay? 5 minutes or less, aim for that. All right, best news ever. Okay, let's talk about some of the top mistakes that live streamers make, and more importantly, how to not make those mistakes. Number 1, yay! I'm glad that's good information for you, Phyllis. Number 1, crappy internet, right? Crappy internet. We already talked about that. Go to speedtest.net, test your internet speed, hardwire if you can, but if you have a bad connection, that's gonna be a problem. Don't do it. Number 2, rambling on and on. Y'all, I ain't got time for that. You ain't got time for that. Right? We leave. If somebody's just rambling and they're not getting to the point, what do? We bounce. So you want to make sure that you have a plan. You want to have a script that's literally a sticky note, because it's going to have on it, welcome, problem. For me, it's always welcome, replay, welcome, thank, replay, because I always forget to thank the replay viewers. Problem, solution, solution 1, solution 2, and then your ending, your call to action. That's it. You don't need to write a big old script. In fact, if you write a script, then you're going to trip over your words and get it all frustrated. So give yourself some bullet points on a sticky note. Okay. Bad angle, right? Where somebody's all like, they're broadcasting like this. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see your nose, so you want to make sure you don't have a bad angle. Pay attention to where your camera is. Bad audio. Get yourself an external mic. Test your mic before you go live. Bad lighting. Oh, I guess bad mic wasn't on there. Bad lighting. Okay, one of my biggest pet peeves, y'all, and this might be yours too. Too much filler space in the beginning. Y'all, if I'm watching someone's live, if I catch them while they're live, or if a replay starts and the first 30 seconds is them putting on their lipstick and fussing with their hair and then just sitting there and staring at the camera, I'm gone. Because I don't know how long you're going to do that, and guess what? I ain't got time. Right? So don't wait until the audience shows up. Most of the people that watch your video will be replay viewers. Don't make them sit through that. Don't punish them because nobody showed up on time, okay? And then just too long, right? Too long, going back to the rambling, aim to keep it 3 to 5 minutes. So check yourself before you wreck yourself. This is your checklist of the things to do before you go live. Now, I will tell you, every time I'm going live, at least 5 minutes, or about 5 minutes before I go live, I'm on my computer and I'm ready, okay? So I make sure that my device is charged. If you're using your phone, make sure you've got a full battery on your phone or your computer's charged up. Make sure you have an internet. Your internet connection's good. I do speedtest.net every single time I go live. Before every single live stream, I go and check it, because you never know. I'm supposed to have Mac Daddy internet, and sometimes I don't. So I'm always testing my internet connection. Do a mic check, 1 2 1 2. Make sure your microphone is working. Make sure your lighting is working. If you have a tripod, set that up. Y'all, look in a mirror. Okay, look in a mirror. I'm not a super vain person, but I will show you. Literally next to me, I have a mirror sitting on my desk, because I don't want to realize I've got spinach in my teeth when I'm looking at myself on camera. So, look at yourself in a mirror. Make sure that you look the way you want to present yourself. I'm not saying you got to be all dolled up and fancy, but just make sure that you know what you look like before you start your live stream. And then have your sticky note script. Have it right there so you know exactly what you are going to say. All right. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. One last thing I want to talk about today. So I went live, Wendy. Thanks a lot. Now what? Guys, I told you earlier that when you make this one video, it's going to give you one piece of content that you can use in so many ways. It's going to blow your mind. Okay, so here's the different ways that you can take that 1 5-minute live stream, and here's all the things that you can do with it. Okay, I'm assuming for this example that you went live on Facebook. Okay, so you take your live from Facebook, you download it, you edit it. Okay, so you just add a little, add some music on the beginning, add some music on the end, add your call to action, whatever it is, clean it up a little bit. You're going to post that on YouTube, on IGTV, and on LinkedIn. Okay, so that's 3 pieces of content. Assuming that you have a YouTube channel, that you have an IGTV account or Instagram account, and that you have LinkedIn. If you're not using those channels, don't go post your video there. But if you are using them, that's a piece of content now that's done. Okay. Take that video, chop 30 seconds off, 30 seconds. Post that if you have a Google My Business account. Post that on your Google My Business page, because videos can only be 30 seconds, up to 30 seconds. Post it on your Instagram feed. Post it in your Facebook stories. Okay? Take your transcription, write a blog post. Clean it up just a little bit, write a blog post, make that your show notes. Okay? You can include that video in an email. You can pin it. Do y'all know you can pin video on Pinterest? You can pin it, or you can take 2 or 3 amazing things that you said, create quote pins, and pin those. And then, again, take 2 or 3 of the amazing things that you said in your video, turn that into a quote graphic, and post that on Instagram, post that on Facebook, post that on all the other places that you are. So you invested 5 minutes in making one live video, and then you take that as the base content and you repurpose it and you extract from it. And now you've got, assuming you were using all these channels, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 other pieces of content from one 5-minute video. So, when we think about the power of live streaming, that's it right there. We think about how much time it can save us. You know exactly. Now go back to your strategy. What do I want to get out of this? I'm going to use, Phyllis was here. I don't know if she's still here. I'm going to use her as an example, okay? Because she did a great little live yesterday. And so there's a new collection. There's new products that are coming out. So she does a 5-minute live on the products. And then she can take that one piece of video and she can share. If it was on her page, she can share it in her group. Right? She can upload it to YouTube and now email that out to her audience. She can take screenshots from it and show off the new products, like very behind the scenes, one piece of content that she can repurpose in all these different ways. Which, you guys, when we think about all the time that we spend on marketing and creating content, by starting with, what's the strategy? I'm trying to sell this new product, one live, and now I've got all these different pieces that I can put in multiple places, right? Pretty awesome. All right, you guys. So that is live streaming. That is creating a crazy simple live stream strategy. You guys, I hope that was awesomely helpful. Listen, if you are a Her Success Map member, my premium coaching group, then you will get, it will not be until tomorrow, unfortunately, but you will be getting your annual video planner from me that will be uploaded in the membership portal tomorrow. So you won't see that until tomorrow, but everyone later today, I'm jumping on a call right now. So as soon as that gets over later this evening, I will have the slide deck uploaded into this training so you can access that, as well as the links for all the stuff I talked about. All right. So you guys, hey, thank you so much for being with me today. I hope this was helpful for you. I love you madly, and I'll see you guys later.